Did you ever catch a strange smell and quietly wonder if it came from you? It's a tough thing to talk about, but body odor in older adults is more common than most people realize. And it's not because someone's lazy or doesn't care about hygiene. In many cases, it comes from simple mistakes that get overlooked. As we age, changes in skin, reduced mobility, or even just habits from earlier years can quietly lead to odors that weren't a problem before. In this video, we're diving into 5 hygiene mistakes that doctors say are the most common causes of unpleasant body odor in seniors. They're subtle, often unnoticed, but once you understand them, you'll see just how easy they are to fix and how much of a difference they can make in your daily comfort and confidence. Whether you've noticed something yourself or you just want to stay ahead of it, this list is something every older adult deserves to know, because you should never feel embarrassed in your own skin. You should feel fresh, clean, and proud of how you carry yourself every single day. Mistake 1. Wearing the same clothes too long. One of the easiest ways odor sneaks up on people, especially in their later years, is through clothing that's worn a little too long. Now, we've all done it. You put on a shirt that looks clean, it doesn't feel dirty, so you figure, why not wear it again? But what many folks don't realize is that even if your clothes look clean, they may still be holding on to the sweat, skin oils, and bacteria from the last time you wore them. And over time, that buildup doesn't just stay in the fabric. It starts to create an odor that clings to your body even after a shower. This is especially true with undergarments, socks, and anything that fits close to the skin. The warmth and moisture in those areas make them the perfect place for bacteria to grow. And it's that bacteria, not just the sweat, that creates the smell. For seniors who may not sweat as much as they used to, this can feel surprising. But it's not always about volume, it's about time. The longer sweat and oils stay on fabric, the more time bacteria has to break them down and release those unwanted odors. Let me give you a real example. Harold, 77, lived alone and had a routine he stuck to like clockwork. He wore the same house shirt and lounge pants for 3 or 4 days at a time. He didn't notice anything, but when his daughter came to visit, she gently pointed out that his clothes had a strong, musty smell. He was shocked. He thought taking a daily sponge bath was enough. But once he started changing clothes every day and laundering them more regularly, even he noticed how much fresher his home and his own body smelled. This isn't about vanity, it's about comfort. When your clothes are clean, you feel better, you move with more ease, you even sleep more peacefully, especially if your bed sheets and pajamas are fresh. If you find laundry to be physically difficult, there are still ways to manage. Break it into small loads, ask a neighbor or family member for help, or set a simple system. Socks and underwear always get changed daily. Shirts every other day. Keep a small basket in your room, just for ready-to-wash items. And remind yourself, it's not wasteful to wash clean-looking clothes. It's respectful of yourself, your space, and the people around you. Because when you change what touches your skin, you change the way you show up in the world. And you deserve to feel just as refreshed and cared for as anyone else. Mistake 2. Missing moist areas and skin folds when bathing. A lot of older adults take pride in keeping clean. But one of the most commonly overlooked hygiene mistakes doesn't come from skipping the bath. It comes from not cleaning certain parts of the body thoroughly enough. As we age, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, more delicate, and a little less elastic. At the same time, we may gain or lose weight, which can create more folds in areas like under the arms, beneath the breasts, around the belly, or between the thighs. And what happens in those places, especially when they stay warm and moist? Bacteria and yeast love to grow there. When you don't carefully wash and, more importantly, dry those areas, you create the perfect environment for odor to thrive. It's not that someone didn't bathe, it's that moisture got trapped. And what's worse, many of these areas are hard to see or reach, so they get rushed or skipped entirely during the bathing process. This kind of odor is different. It's not just a surface smell. It can be sour, musty, or even sharp. And the person experiencing it may not notice it right away, especially if they've slowly gotten used to it over time. Let me tell you about Eleanor, age 80. She was fastidious about her hygiene, took her showers every morning like clockwork. But her granddaughter noticed a faint sour smell every time she leaned in for a hug. Gently, she asked if she was drying under her chest and belly after bathing. Eleanor paused and said, "No, I usually let it air dry." That one small change, using a clean towel to dry those skin folds, made all the difference. The odor disappeared within days. And it's not just about odor. When these areas stay damp, they can develop rashes, fungal infections, or raw, itchy patches that make it painful to move or sit comfortably. That's why it's so important to give them a little extra attention, not just with soap and water, but with a soft towel and gentle care. So if you find some areas hard to reach, use a soft washcloth or a handled sponge.
Take your time.
Use a mirror if needed. And after you wash, make sure to pat, not rub, each fold dry. Some people even use a fan or a hairdryer on a cool setting to gently dry those tricky spots without causing irritation. And here's a tip. Avoid talcum powders or overly perfumed sprays in these areas. While they may seem helpful, they can sometimes make the problem worse by trapping moisture or causing skin irritation. Good hygiene isn't about scrubbing harder. It's about being more mindful, giving the parts of your body that don't get as much air or light the same care as the rest. Because when you treat every inch of yourself with respect, you'll not only feel cleaner, you'll carry yourself with more confidence, comfort, and ease. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Mistake 3. Poor denture and oral hygiene. You can be perfectly clean from head to toe, but if your mouth isn't getting the care it needs, that alone can create persistent, unpleasant odor. As we age, many of us lose some or all of our natural teeth, and dentures become a normal part of life. But what many people don't realize is that dentures require a completely different type of care than natural teeth. They need to be cleaned daily, not just rinsed. And if they're not, they can quickly become a breeding ground for bacteria, food particles, and yeast. That bacteria doesn't just sit on the denture itself. It spreads across your tongue, cheeks, and gums. It settles into tiny crevices. And it's that slow, hidden buildup that leads to what's often called denture breath, a dry, sour odor that doesn't go away with breath mints or mouthwash. Worse, if dentures are worn overnight or not soaked properly, they dry out, lose their shape, and create microabrasions on your gums that can lead to inflammation, mouth sores, and even infections, which only make the odor more intense and harder to manage. I remember meeting a gentleman named Frank, 84. He'd noticed people stepping back a little during conversation, but didn't know why. He brushed his dentures in the morning, but never took them out at night. His dentist eventually discovered a fungal infection called thrush caused by unclean denture surfaces. After a gentle cleaning routine was put in place and a new habit of soaking them overnight, his breath improved almost instantly, and so did his confidence in social settings. It's not just about smell. Poor oral hygiene can affect your overall health. Bacteria from the mouth can travel into the bloodstream, increasing the risk of heart problems, especially for older adults with other conditions. That's why your mouth deserves the same daily attention as the rest of your body. So what can you do? Start by brushing your dentures with a soft bristle brush. Do not use toothpaste, it can be too abrasive. Use a denture cleaner or mild dish soap. Soak them every night in a proper solution. Give your mouth a break from wearing them for at least 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. Don't forget your gums and tongue. Use a soft brush or tongue scraper to gently remove buildup each day. And one more thing, keep up with regular dental checkups, even if you no longer have natural teeth. Your oral tissues, jaw alignment, and dentures still need professional attention to stay healthy. Your smile, whether natural or not, should feel clean, fresh, and pain-free, because the way you care for your mouth has a ripple effect on your breath, your comfort, and how you interact with the world around you. Mistake 4. Skipping full-body showers or using too little water. Many older adults switch from full-body showers to sponge baths or quick rinses, not out of laziness, but out of necessity. Maybe it's because of mobility issues, fear of slipping, or simply feeling too tired to go through the whole process. And that's completely understandable. But here's what happens over time. When you consistently use too little water or skip showers altogether, your skin never gets the full rinse it needs to flush away dead cells, excess oils, and odor-producing bacteria. Water alone won't solve everything, but it plays a crucial role in physically lifting and washing away what soap alone can't reach. Think of it this way. Imagine washing dishes with just a sponge and no rinse. You might move the grime around, but it won't truly feel clean. The same goes for your skin. Now, let's be clear. Sponge baths can absolutely work when done properly, but they have to include all parts of the body, not just the face, armpits, and hands. Areas like the back, behind the knees, inside the elbows, and around the hips often get skipped, and they're exactly where sweat, bacteria, and skin cells collect. Another common issue is the use of too little soap or not rinsing it off fully. Residue from soap that stays on the skin can mix with sweat or body oils and actually contribute to body odor rather than reduce it. There was a woman named Marie, 79, who had transitioned to sponge bathing after a hip injury. Over time, she noticed a faint, stale odor even though she was cleaning herself daily. Her physical therapist gently suggested a more thorough full-body shower with warm water and gentle soap just once a week, supplemented with her usual sponge baths. It made a huge difference. Her skin felt refreshed, her clothes stayed cleaner longer, and her sense of dignity returned. So, if you've stopped taking regular showers because of safety or comfort issues, you're not alone, and you're not wrong to be cautious. But there are ways to make bathing safer. Grab bars, non-slip mats, a sturdy shower chair, or even a handheld shower head can transform the experience. And if bathing still feels daunting, consider scheduling help from a family member or home care aide just once a week to assist you. You don't have to shower every day, but your body deserves a full, gentle cleanse on a regular basis. Because odor doesn't always come from neglect. It often comes from the little shortcuts we take when we're trying to manage our energy or pain. Give your skin a chance to breathe again, to be rinsed, soothed, and restored. It's not just about removing smell. It's about reclaiming the simple pleasure of feeling truly clean from head to toe. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Mistake 5. Masking odor instead of addressing the cause. When people start to notice an odor, whether it's on themselves or in their home, the first instinct is often to cover it up. A little extra perfume, a dusting of scented powder, maybe even a strong deodorant that promises 24-hour protection. And while those things can offer temporary relief, here's what most people don't realize. Masking odor without removing its source almost always makes the smell worse over time. That's because artificial scents don't cancel odors, they mix with them. And what you end up with is a layered smell that's harder to identify, harder to ignore, and often more offensive to others than the original problem. This is especially common in older adults who grew up in a generation where body sprays and powders were the norm. But those habits, when used as a replacement for actual cleansing, don't solve anything. In fact, scented powders can sometimes trap moisture against the skin, making body odor stronger, especially in warm or folded areas of the body. And heavy perfumes, particularly on unwashed clothes or unclean skin, can amplify the musty or sour base note underneath. The result? A smell that's both chemical and organic, and even more difficult to manage. I remember a man named Samuel, 81. His son had mentioned that he always smelled a bit off when they hugged, even though Samuel wore cologne daily. Turned out he'd been skipping his evening showers and relying on his signature scent to freshen up. But the combination of old sweat and strong cologne was actually making things worse. Once he returned to daily rinsing and started using fragrance-free soap, even he noticed how much lighter and more comfortable he felt. And when he did wear cologne again, it was subtle and complemented his cleanliness, instead of competing with it. So here's the truth. Fragrance is best used after hygiene, not instead of it. If you enjoy using scented products, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure they're going on clean skin. Think of them as the final polish, not the cover-up. And if you're using powders, Be careful where and how you apply them. Avoid areas that trap moisture. Use products labeled as talc-free and hypoallergenic. Or consider switching to simple, cornstarch-based alternatives that help with dryness without adding strong scent. Ultimately, the goal isn't to smell like a flower shop. It's to smell like you. Clean, fresh, and cared for. When you eliminate odor at its root, you don't need to hide behind artificial scents. You can stand tall, feel confident, and move through the world without wondering what others are noticing. That kind of quiet self-assurance? It's worth far more than the strongest cologne money can buy. Final thoughts. So now that we've walked through these 5 hygiene mistakes, each one common, subtle, and totally fixable, take a moment to reflect. Which of these felt familiar to you? Which one caught you by surprise? The truth is, smelling fresh isn't just about what products you use. It's about understanding how your body changes with age and adjusting your habits to match. Your skin, your mouth, your digestion, your mobility, all of it shifts over time. And sometimes, that means the routines that worked for decades don't work quite the same anymore. But that doesn't mean you've let yourself go. It means you're living in a different body, and that body deserves just as much care, attention, and respect as it ever did. Each one of these small changes, changing clothes daily, drying skin folds properly, cleaning dentures thoroughly, giving your body a full rinse, and skipping the heavy perfumes, can make a huge difference in how you feel, how others experience you, and how confidently you move through the day. And the best part? None of this requires expensive products or drastic routines, just a little more awareness, a little more intention, a little more kindness toward the body that's carried you this far. So whether you live alone or with family, whether you're 60 or 85, know this. You deserve to feel clean. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. And you deserve to enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're showing up as your best, most refreshed self. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.